The following is a presentation of WLCN 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com. This live video stream is made possible in part by WLCN's live stream technology sponsor, Me Realty, located at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln and online at merealty.com. Four p.m. 411, of course, here on WLCN 96.3 FM. This is the first Tuesday of the month, so of course, the first Tuesday of the month, we always have our illustrious mayor of Lincoln, Tracy Welch, on. We're having some video problems I'm trying to fix. I guess they're going to give up. However, Mayor Welch, being the thoughtful person he is, once I texted him and told him we had another guest we were hoping to get on today. He will be with us next week. So if you are here thinking you're going to hear from Lincoln Mayor Tracy Welch, he will actually be with us next week. However, today, don't go away because we have plenty of information for you, just of a little bit different nature. Our guest today is Jeanette Davis, who is the Community Health Specialist for ROSC, the Recovery-Oriented Systems of Care for Logan and Mason County. First of all, thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Sure thing. So first of all, what is a Community Health Specialist? And actually, let's back up a little bit. What is ROSC, the Recovery-Oriented Systems of Care?
Sure. So, yes, again, thank you for having me here today and allowing us to share. I do serve for the Logan-Mason County ROSC, Recovery-Oriented Systems of Care, which is simply, it is a grant provided through the state. And the purpose, however, of that grant is to help communities to really work together to create a comprehensive recovery community, really.
Okay.
Really helping the community identify needs through assessments and surveys, and then partnering with agencies, stakeholders, business owners, and people with lived experience, allies, and the alike in the community to develop that comprehensive, really user-friendly approach to serving those who need help with substance use disorder and or mental health.
Okay,
Yeah.
that was going to be my next question. It's recovery, but is it recovery primarily like chemical dependency types of issues? Or?
Sure. So we're talking about substance use disorder and or mental health challenges. Those kind of are one of the same, right, in a lot of regard. And so just trying to work diligently to create opportunities, options for folks to receive services here in our area.
Okay. And suppose, for example, myself or someone I know, I believe they might be under the influence of a chemical dependency or some sort of substance abuse, and I've heard of ROSC. How do I go about enabling or getting them in touch with you or availing them of your services?
Absolutely. So our ROSC, so we technically the ROSC or myself does not provide direct service. However, we are again trying to help people connect with those services. So for instance, you do have a family member. We do have a website, logancountyresources.org. Mm-hmm. This is a really comprehensive website that our organization has been working on to put together to have a kind of one-stop shop when it comes to a whole bunch of different resources. Mm-hmm. Now, we all know that we are still working to bring those resources local, but with the ones we do. So, for instance, Trillium Place is our outpatient treatment center here locally. We have options with other treatment centers, maybe have connections through the networking we've done. We want to help connect that way. Sure. And so I'm always available through email, through over the phone. If we have family members who are looking for their family members, that kind of thing, I can definitely be reached out to, again, by email, phone, to help maneuver through that. Really, I'm a certified recovery support specialist, which says a couple things. One is that I'm a person with lived experience myself, who has obtained the credential to assist and walk alongside, offer peer support, and the alike. Again, connecting folks. We have helped to create like a comprehensive meeting list, right? So of the recovery meetings that are available, we've put that together to help get that out to the community, market that, help support recovery meetings that are taking place in the area, whether that be with materials, those type of things. So it's just really an effort. We have great folks at the table, folks from probation and drug court and the health department and behavioral health and educators. And if anyone is listening and hearing, this is something that, hey, we're interested in, we'd love to have them at the table as well.
Okay. Once again, our guest is Jeanette Davis. If I can ask you to pull that microphone a little closer, a little softer. It's not like you're yelling at your kids or something, so I need to be able to hear you. Not that you yell at your kids, of course. None of us do. There was a question that I thought of, which was, I noticed you're in a Chestnut Health Systems shirt, and I've seen Chestnut Health Systems on some of the materials. Folks don't have to, be a patient of Chestnut Health Systems or, have an insurance that qualifies for Chestnut Health Systems, or are there any of those kind of red tape types of issues that come up?
No, that's a great question. So Chestnut Health System is the grant holder. So they're the ones that are holding and managing the grant, but no, you do not have to and really don't necessarily have any direct connect to Chestnut as a whole. It's kind of a grant that's working independently and being staffed. But we would definitely help folks if they were interested in receiving treatment or services at Chestnut. That would definitely be, of course, an avenue that we can walk down.
Okay. I was just thinking here in Lincoln we have Memorial Health Systems and thought, is there a similar, it needs to be your provider under your insurance or something like that. So, okay. Gosh, let's see. So as a community health specialist, you mentioned you sort of guide people to resources and bring folks to the table. How do you get information out to folks who maybe they know they need that assistance or they know of someone? Where would folks see your information at or find your information?
Sure. Well, we definitely utilize social media. Logan County Recovers Together is our Facebook page and Instagram. We also really try to be in places where community activities are already happening. So, for instance, Third Fridays over the summer, right? Making ourselves available, having resources, even providing harm reduction resources such as naloxone and testing strips and those type of things, as well as the meeting lists and other kind of resources. So, that is the best way. We are constantly looking for other ways. Our ROSC Council, we meet once a month, the third Thursday of every month. And so within that kind of comprehensive list that we have, we try to blast things out that way too. We also utilize our partners like Lincoln Memorial Hospital, who has a robust list and of when we have events and flyers and information to share, to try to blast it that way as well. And your calendar is probably one of the most comprehensive, amazing calendars, and we appreciate that too.
We appreciate you putting stuff out for us to put on there. Yeah. So. Man, you're really good at triggering thoughts, and then we say something, and I forget my train of thought there. You mentioned the different ways that you get information out. I saw, I was nosing through your Facebook page before the show here. I saw you had an exciting new talent, a young lady who's a podcast host that maybe would be gunning for my job someday if I was looking at all the talent that was on the screen and listening to the content and so forth. So it's not just, here's a link to a website and go read all this information. As you mentioned, there are a variety of ways that you try to get information out, including is that a regular podcast kind of thing or live stream?
Yeah, so we actually, it's not regular. It's something we're talking about and wanting to move into that, maybe a weekly kind of situation. What we have just been able to accomplish was our second year of offering a kind of a panel with the topic being harm reduction, honoring Overdose Awareness Day. And so, yeah, we that was on Saturday. I had some amazing guests join us. We were hosted at the Oxford House. We have a men's Oxford House, which is a recovery home in Lincoln, and they hosted that event. And it was, if you are, wondering more about harm reduction, what is that and how does that really affect us? And I encourage you to go take a peek at our panel discussion. It was pretty powerful.
Yeah. And of course, the exciting young star of the live stream was our guest here today, Jeanette Davis. So you'll see her familiar face on there. We are at 12 past the hour, so we'll go ahead and take our first break. Once again, Jeanette Davis is our guest. She is with ROSC, the Recovery-Oriented Systems of Care for Logan and Mason County. She's a community health specialist. They have an event coming up we're going to talk more about here after the break, and we'll talk to you about more things to do with ROSC. Once again, if you have questions, 217-648-5510, the number to call, or you can email us 4pm411 at WLCN online. We'll be back with Jeanette Davis right after this.
Culver's is a family restaurant. To me, that means being the place that puts a smile on everyone's face. We're famous for our cooked-to-order butter burgers and frozen custard made daily inside our restaurants. But we've always believed more menu options mean more ways to brighten your day. We source the finest chicken to bring you our tenders and chicken sandwiches. And our cheese curds. They're a Wisconsin tradition we're proud to share with you. So take the next meal shift off and let us take care of you. Welcome to Delicious.
Culver's, home of the Butterburger, 2530 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln.
Hi, Joe Ryan here with Country Financial. As pensions go by the wayside and your retirement approaches, have you thought about what your retirement income will look like? No, I'm not talking about how much money you have saved. I am talking about a retirement income, a guaranteed paycheck for life. That's right, a paycheck issued to you every month for the rest of your life. Sound interesting? Let's talk. 735-4385.
Whether you're buying or selling your home, the brokers of Me Realty will work with you to get the deal done. As one of Central Illinois' top producing offices for decades, Me Realty has the experience to guide you through the process. You want results? Call the brokers of Me Realty at 217-735-5424, stop by the office at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, or check out local listings online at merealty.com.
And we are back on the 4PM 411 here on WLCN 96.3. Want to invite you to tune in tomorrow to Viewpoint when Dara Entwistle will have committee members from the Atlanta Fall Festival. Their annual celebration is coming up for I don't know if it's a town or a city, but it's Atlanta, Illinois nonetheless, and they will be here, a few committee members. And then next week, here on the 4PM 411, we will have Lincoln Mayor Tracy Welch after he graciously vacated his spot today so we could get Jeanette on to talk about. We might as well talk about it since that's what you're here for. Your organization has an event coming up this weekend. Can you tell us about that?
I'd love to, but I do have to say, thanks, Tracy. You're awesome. Yes, we have our Walk for Recovery event coming up September 7th this year, Saturday, here in Lincoln at Scully Park. This is our time of year where we come to acknowledge Recovery Month. So if you don't know, September is Recovery Month. And it's our time to come together both in remembrance of those we may have lost, but also it's a time to gather, to fellowship, and to leave with a message of hope. So we are going to be meeting 1 to 3 p.m. On Saturday the 7th. We're going to have some speakers who are going to share some personal, bit of their personal story. We're also going to have a moment of silence and our walk to again, bring awareness. We really are at this place now where if we think we don't know someone who may be suffering silently, I'm going to ask you to think about if you're a safe place for someone to share something like that. And so this is a great time for folks to come out. This is a family-friendly, very important event to come and be a part of. We're going to have some music. We're going to have some food. That makes me think of our amazing partners like our Lincoln Memorial Hospital helping us. We are even, let me just tell you this, we're actually going to have a porta potty available.
Wow.
Right by Scully Park.
Taking it to another level.
Taking it to another level. Thank you to D&D Sewer, who is gracious enough to help us. That seems like something small, but that has prevented some folks from coming out, just not always having that
Sure.
space. So we're excited for that kind donation to be a part as well. And again, we hope that folks leave with a message of hope that recovery is possible, and that we're going to have resources out there as well, resource tables available for our different services. And if anyone is listening and you haven't been reached out to and you'd like to be a part of our walk and bring some resources or resource table out, we'd love to invite you to that. Please feel free to email me at jedavis@chestnut.org. We'd love to get you involved.
Okay. So the event is from 1 to 3 p.m. The actual walk, though, it says on the information here, is 10 to 15 minutes-ish. So
That's correct.
If you're, have health concerns or whatever, you will not be walking the entire 2 hours. So, and as you mentioned, the walk, there will be speakers, there will be food, resources available, as you said. We've got the information on our screen here. If you're listening on the radio and want to go to our YouTube stream, either now or you can access the archive later. There's a QR code, so you can scan that and go to the ROSC Facebook page, actually, or the Facebook event page for the event. So, and again, the idea is you want to bring awareness and sort of remove the stigma that a lot of times surrounds recovery and addictions and all of those types of things.
That's exactly it, Loyd. I mean, really bringing the voice, the message, and it's really something that we've kind of are saying regular, recovering out loud. We have folks coming out to recover out loud to say, again, that it is possible, and to say that we need each one, right, to help. Mm-hmm. This is a community effort, and that we don't want to be in the business of throwing folks away, that we want to walk alongside and provide any services and resources we can. And again, this is a perfect event that if you're curious, you're unsure, or you are an ally, or you have some questions, perhaps, this would be a great safe space to come and perhaps get some of your questions answered.
Sure. So here's a question. This one I actually remembered when it popped into my head. You mentioned you've got resources for those who are battling addiction or abuse and things like that. What about family members? If maybe the person who is going through the substance abuse or whatever the trauma might be, maybe they aren't necessarily willing to get help, but maybe they have a spouse or a sibling or a child who is sort of feeling the effects, dealing with that. Is that someone who could come and get help from you as well?
Yeah, so again, there are services and different types of resources available already, and I would be happy to connect a family member or friend to those services. It is difficult to understand coming alongside, and it could be very scary. It could be really uncertain of, again, like you said, how we can help. Please reach out to me. Again, it's not that I offer the direct service, but the worst thing I hate to do is offer someone a telephone number and say good luck to you. If I can be that to sit down and us have a conversation and map out some of the things that you're looking to seek out, some of the concerns that you have, I would love to customize who and where I would refer someone to so that it makes sense for them. Sure. The window for someone who may want help can be very small. And so we want to maximize on that as should someone reach out to need help or have questions on how to help. So again, I know that can be difficult because I don't have the quick, fix it. But I do have the experience and the information, hopefully, to pass on. Or if I don't have the answer, I promise to you, I will work diligently to find who does.
Yeah, and I'm sure that it's not just a one-size-fits-all sort of a proposition. I think back to my own experience. My father was an alcoholic, and my sister was very interested about, I really want to go to these Alateen meetings and learn more. And I was like, I'll just handle it on my own, thanks. So it's, different resources might be available, but as we said, it's not necessarily one resource is going to work for everyone. Someone might want to talk to a person. Someone might just want to go online and see an online resource. Someone else might, find, a group setting more comfortable for them. So it's, you are sort of the gatekeeper for all of those things, I'm guessing.
And I love that you said that because we value and believe strongly in multiple pathways to recovery. And so that's just correct. There's no one-stop shop. There's no right way, wrong way. There's no perfect way. But we definitely want to help people uniquely as possible.
And you're doing fine,
Okay.
by the way. Our video is being goofy again.
Okay.
That's what I'm messing with over here. So why don't we go ahead and take another break here, and we'll be back with more with Jeanette Davis right after this.
Culver's is a family restaurant. To me, that means being the place that puts a smile on everyone's face. We're famous for our cooked-to-order butter burgers and frozen custard made daily inside our restaurants. But we've always believed more menu options mean more ways to brighten your day. We source the finest chicken to bring you our tenders and chicken sandwiches. And our cheese curds. They're a Wisconsin tradition we're proud to share with you. So take the next meal shift off and let us take care of you. Welcome to Delicious.
Culver's, home of the Butterburger, 2530 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln.
Hi, Joe Ryan here with Country Financial. As pensions go by the wayside and your retirement approaches, have you thought about what your retirement income will look like? No, I'm not talking about how much money you have saved. I am talking about a retirement income, a guaranteed paycheck for life. That's right, a paycheck issued to you every month for the rest of your life. Sound interesting? Let's talk. 735-4385.
Whether you're buying or selling your home, the brokers of Me Realty will work with you to get the deal done. As one of Central Illinois' top producing offices for decades, Me Realty has the experience to guide you through the process. You want results? Call the brokers of Me Realty at 217-735-5424, stop by the office at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, or check out local listings online at merealty.com.
And we are back on the 4 p.m. 411 here on WLCN 96.3 FM. Once again, our guest is Jeanette Davis. She is the... Hey, it's still working. She is the community health specialist, or a community health specialist with Recovery-Oriented Systems of Care, ROSC, which serves Logan and Mason County. We talked a little bit about, you mentioned the council meetings that happen. I guess there's also a subcommittee that meets as well on a monthly basis and addresses some of the things that ROSC concerns itself with.
Yes. So this is the space and place that if you're wanting to get involved, if you have time and you're like, I don't know how, or how to give back or what to do, this is the space for you. So our Recovery and Action Committee meets the second Tuesday of every month from 4:30 to 6. We do meet at Hope on 5th at 200 5th Street in Lincoln. This body is made up of those from our ROSC Council, for people with lived experience, friends, allies, those folks who are interested in planning events like our walk. We host different events over the summer. We've had speaker jams. We've had movie nights that we've hosted. So just coming up with different creative ways on how to provide family-friendly events in our community, as well as educational opportunities where we can provide different trainings and those type of things. So this is a time we get together, like I said, that does the planning and trying to be creative. So if you have those talents, if you have the desire, we would love for you to join us.
Okay. And you did the Cosmic Bowling event also, I believe.
We did.
Before.
We've done some bowling. We've done some even swim days.
That's right.
So, yeah, we try to be creative. But if anyone has any ideas out there too, utilize our Facebook page. We'd love to get some ideas. Or if you have an event going on and we could be a part of to bring our special, information. We'd love to be and do that.
Okay. Yeah, Mabel woke up, it sounds
Yes,
like.
she
So
did.
you talked about some of the partnerships and other organizations supporting. I know one of your partners that you've been working with quite extensively, and you just mentioned them, Hope on 5th.
Yes.
So that I'm sure that resource has been a big blessing for your organization to utilize.
Yeah, so I have had the privilege to walk alongside from kind of the beginnings of the talks of this idea and concept of what's happening over on Hope on 5th, and the ideas of bringing multiple agencies and resources under one roof to serve people just again, holistically and really eliminate some of those barriers. And so, yes, we have been able, and with that partnership, seeing our recovery meetings, several recovery meetings are held in that building. We now have legal services offered through Springfield, but at the local office. Judge Funk is offering that service, as well as we have our other agencies that are working to come under that building. We're gracious that they host us for our ROSC in-person meetings, as well as this Recovery in Action. So we just look forward to continuing to build there. But another amazing effort to support y'all is Hope on 5th. Big deal. We have, zero housing for folks, those kind of things. This would eliminate that for veterans and others who may be in that predicament, because it's here, right? It's here. And so what better way to take care of our community by providing services to take care of our people?
Sure, absolutely. And you mentioned, talking off air, one of the services that you do provide has to do with harm reduction resources. We haven't specifically talked about those, but through ROSC, some of those resources are available. Can you share some information about
Yes, thank you for that. Yes, we've partnered with folks who are doing great work and just want to make it known where that is available. So we're happy that we have a 24-hour vending machine, a harm reduction vending machine. I'm looking at this sweet kitty. At the Family Custom Cleaners in Lincoln on Woodlawn. In that vending machine, you'll find naloxone, which is the reversal drug for opiates, as well as testing strips for xylazine, fentanyl, and benzos. Again, those are free, available 24 hours. You don't have to ask anyone. You don't have to, you just get what you need. We're happy also at the health department, right there in the front area. You don't have to go in all the way, but you have access to those, as well as meeting lists and a few other resources there. Let's see, at our county jail in the front area, they're available as well. And Mount Pulaski Library, God love them. We are this is it, because it's everywhere. right? And we don't want to think, but they now offer resources on their side door. Apparently it's open 24 hours, and those resources are available, again, the naloxone and testing strips. So we just appreciate those who are partnering to provide these resources. They are saving people's lives. And again, if you want to know more about, this harm reduction thing, or why, why are we trying to even waste money to save these lives, please tune into our panel that we just had this Saturday on our Facebook page. There are beautiful examples of why, because I sat with 3 people whom, had it not been for those resources, they would not be with us. Oh, wow. And now all 3 of them are doing some incredible things. Nice. Thank you for...
Speaking of doing incredible things, Jeanette Davis here, furthering her resume as far as your host or your media duties. And now you're hosting the show on Facebook, and now you're here on the radio. So who knows where we'll see you next?
Hey.
But actually, we'll see you, I'm guessing, September 7th. At your event. So you want to give that one more plug before we go?
Absolutely. So September 7th, 1 to 3 p.m. at Scully Park in Lincoln, Illinois. We will be gathering for our Walk for Recovery. We would love for you to come join us. All are welcome.
Okay. And once again, that is 1 to 3. The walk actually 10 to 15 minutes. Again, if you go online to Facebook, there's a Facebook event page for it. If you access our YouTube stream, we've got a QR code you can scan that will take you directly there. But either way, go out and learn some information, support the folks there, and support a worthwhile cause. So thank you, Jeanette, for being with us today.
Yeah, thank you so much for having us.
Sure thing. So once again, we'll be back. Dara Entwistle will be in tomorrow for Viewpoints. You will have members of the Atlanta Fall Festival Committee, and then next week here on the 4 p.m. 411 we will have Lincoln Mayor Tracy Welch. But for today, thank you, Jeanette, again for being with us, and I am Loyd Kirby, the marketing manager here at WLCN, and we will talk to you next week.
This live video stream is made possible in part by WLCN's live stream technology sponsor, Me Realty, located at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, and online at merealty.com. The preceding program is a presentation of WLCN 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com.